Soundwave, shockwave, do not fail me.
Yo boys, what is going on? It's your boy Adosser and we are doing an awesome video today. We are reviewing one of my favorite figures of all time, one of the greatest figures of all time, pretty much one of the top, I reckon this is a top 100 Transformer of all time, if not top 50. We are reviewing the one, the only Transformers Fall of Cybertron Megatron. And man, oh man, is this not the coolest figure you have ever seen? Look at how imposing he is. Look at how he's just so dynamic. Man, oh man, this is so cool. Now, look, we're going to go through everything. We're going to go through the many various pros and the few cons, but let's jump straight into it. So, when you're looking at the pros, the pro number one, which I've already harped on, how dynamic and just awesome this figure looks, how imposing and sort of menacing and devastating he looks. This is Megatron. This is my Megatron. This is what Megatron should look like. He should look sharp. He should look dangerous. He should look like he has power. Like, look at the power of this cannon. Look at how well detailed and sculpted it is, how it pops. You've got this red on the black cannon, and you got the little sort of energy bars and a little bit of silver there. And it just looks devastating. It's massive. It's almost as big as him. You got the dual barrels at the back here. Like, it's just so Cybertronian, so powerful looking. This looks like he was ready. You know, he looks like a warrior, like a gladiator. He looks like he's ready to lead the Decepticons into battle. And this is my Megatron. I'm telling you, I'm so excited to review this for you guys. Like, and just, he's so pointy and sharp and menacing, like I've said before. And he just looks so cool. He looks like he's ripped right out of the game. Oh man, look at him. Look at the contrast between the black and the light grey and the red and the sort of transparent purples on the front and the back of the head, even though he doesn't have light piping. It's just, it balances so well. And I think where they've gone wrong with the studio series is they've used a dark grey on an already sort of dark palette, because I know the games are quite matte and stuff like that and use quite dark palettes, but this guy, the grey is perfect. It is the exact shade Megatron needs. I'm telling you, like, in hand, it looks so good. It pops so well. And he looks as imposing on camera as he does in person. But he'll never look as good on camera as he does in person though. But look at this, man. It's just, oh, he looks so cool. And the head sculpt is just one of my favorite parts. He looks angry, but he's not like, he doesn't have like that classic yelling face. But he feels like he'd be growling at you like,
Soundwave, shockwave, do not fail me.
you know what I mean? That's how it feels to me. It feels like that's how he's talking. And just the knees too. He looks like he's gonna knee you through the head. He's just so well proportioned, in my opinion. I think, like, he's got these long arms and he's got these sort of not super long legs, but they feel very sort of tree trunkish, like they're imposing. And it's just awesome. It's just so cool. And, you know, he's got that flash little Decepticon logo in the middle. He just looks so sick. And look, his posability is one of the biggest cons. But, you know, for the compromises this figure makes for the posability, it makes up everywhere else. In the look, in the feel, in the quality, in the transformation. So, like, let's jump straight into the posability, you know. So look, his posability, we'll start from the top. His head, he can look up that far, he can look down this far, he can spin around, you know, the whole way really. You know, he's got a great head. It's on a ball joint. Of course, now to the shoulders. The shoulders are a really funny joint because they can only go sort of really, they can only go that far, you know. They can do the 360. They can do the 360, but they can only go up this far. The elbows too, they're a bit funky. They can go super far forward, but, you know, you can bring them out to the side, but then his arms look super weird, you know. In that sense, his hands, of course, they split apart, so there is no wrist swivel or anything like that, and we'll get that into more of that in the transformation. Same for both of them. The legs, you can pretty much do the full sort of splits. His legs go super forward, super back, you know, classic. The knee joint goes super forward, you know, it's super awesome there. He has like a pseudo ankle tilt. Like he has a bit of ankle tilt, not super crazy, but he got those ankle rockers, you know what I mean? So he can do it, which is awesome. And look, I still think there's some really great poses you can get him in, but it annoys me when I'm playing with him though, and I'm trying to make him like fight people hand to hand. It's just, that's a little bit more difficult. And with the hands too, there's no weapons that are going to fit in his hand because it's not like a, sort of 5mm or 3mm peg like hole. It's just sort of a clawing, almost grasping hand, but still awesome, still awesome. And man, oh god, it's just so cool. And for comparison, this is how he scales with Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, and I think they scale quite well together. I like my Megatron to be a fair bit bigger than Optimus, whether it's Orion Pax and D16 or whatever the case may be. I display these two together a fair bit of the time because I just think they look so awesome, they look so wonderful together. They are such great pieces. And then here's how he scales with one of his most loyal Decepticon followers, Fall of Cybertron, Shockwave, and I say it all the time, I've said it in a million reviews. I wish Shockwave was a little bit bigger, but I still think they scale really well together in the scheme of things, in the scheme of the game. Awesome. And now here's how he scales to his all-time rival, Optimus Prime, Siege mold, of a modern-day Voyager. And look, there's not much in it. Like, I know obviously he's a lot taller, and he's got a sort of a bit of width, but he's not that much wider than Megatron. Megatron's a little bit wider almost in person. Obviously the Voyager's a bit denser, but I think there's not much in it for the weight. So I think the plastic is pretty much the same density, to be honest with you. And you see that when we get into the transformation, of course. Now, let's jump into this transformation. I'm not an expert at it, but it is so crazy. I don't know, whoever did this is a genius. I'm telling you right now, they are a genius. So you just pop the cannon off, and it pops off really easy. And what you're looking to do generally is you're looking to fold the flaps of the feet down. Just do that straight away, Split the wrist, and you're folding the hands in. Just straight away. Just get it out of the way, Okay, now, look, what we're looking to do, we're just going to fold this chest flap down. We're going to pop it down here, just for now. We're going to fold the head in. Alrighty, now, let's do the next step. So we are going to look to, you sort of just tab the actual shoulder joint. You just pull it up, and it'll sort of just slip automatically. Not quite an automorph, but it just does it. Sometimes it can be a little bit tight, so you just have to be a little bit careful when you're doing it. But just come on, slip there for me. There we go, perfecto. And then it'll just lock in just like so. And we'll put the treads over here for the minute. Okay, we've got the head down here. Now, what we're looking to do, we're going to fold the flaps of the feet, like just away from the body. We're going to fold this down, and now we're going to look to fold the legs in, and then just jiggle them around that piece at the bottom here. So we'll just pull this down, and we're going to look to jig it around, just sort of angle it, fold this up, jig it around, fold these down, perfect. Happy days, fold this chest piece back. Okay, we're looking to pretty much just make sure that we got everything popped in properly. We're going to spin these tire tracks around. That's an important thing on both sides. And then this shoulder piece, you just lift it up, twist it around, and you're looking just pretty much to pop it in place so it covers the head and the middle of the tank, just like so. Sometimes it pops in easy, sometimes you have to use a little bit of force. And then you pop his tank on the top, just and tab it in just like so. And now you have one of the most awesome vehicle modes of all time, the Fall of Cybertron Megatron design, and that is one of the coolest, most intuitive, creative transformations I've ever come across, to be honest with you. Like, it shouldn't work, but it does, and it flows, and it's easy, but it's not too easy, you know what I mean? It's awesome. And look, you have some gimmicks with it too, obviously. If you have the little sort of spring-loaded cannon piece, you just stick it in there. Boom, you press the button, it shoots. But you also have like the sort of hover tank gimmick. You can, put the treads on the bottom, and there you got the hover tank. How cool is that? He's got wheels on the bottom, so it's like he sort of rolls too. It's super cool, And then, of course, you can put it back to your classic tank if that's what you prefer. But man, oh man, how cool is this design? I'm telling you, this is one of the coolest designs from the body to the ultimate transformation. This is so cool, so dynamic, and it just fits so well. I can see these two battling, or I can see, Megatron and Shockwave together, or I can see Siege Prime and this guy fighting. Like I can just see it all. This is one of the best figures ever. Please, if you don't have this, get this figure. If you've already got Studio Series, you don't necessarily have to get this, but I think this has so much more to offer you generally than the Studio Series one. I just feel like it just feels better. It looks better to my eye at least, and it's just one of the greatest figures of all time. It's a deluxe, doesn't take up a lot of room, and it converts so well. But yeah, that has been my review, boys. I appreciate you sticking around if you have stuck around, saying Megatron is the Dominator, the Destroyer, and just the GOAT. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Keep collecting, keep hunting down some Transformers, and I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace out.